Right, my friend, gather round, because today we need to talk about a Good Morning Britain appearance so catastrophically, spectacularly dreadful that it made the Titanic look like it simply took a wrong turn on a sunny afternoon to Skegness. Honestly, I've seen car crashes with more dignity. I've seen pigeons navigate traffic with more political finesse. And at the centre of this mess, Jacqui Smith, Labour's Minister for Skills, wandering into the GMB studio bright-eyed, hopeful, ready for a wholesome morning chat about policy, and then promptly getting launched into orbit by viewers who reacted to her performance with the same enthusiasm Britain had for Liz Truss's 49-day budgetary bonfire. Now look, you know me, I've watched a lot of political interviews, too many really. It's a miracle my blood pressure hasn't unionized. But this one, my friend, was a masterclass in how to take a simple question and immolate it live on television. So let's get into it. And no, don't you dare think about leaving early. You're here for the chaos now. Picture it. Richard Madeley and Susanna Reid sitting there, mugs in hand, probably thinking the most dramatic thing they'd face today would be Madeley comparing tax policy to a supermarket meal deal. But earlier that morning, they'd spoken to Don Daniels. Yes, that Don, the bricklayer turned accidental voice of the nation, who went viral for saying exactly what millions are thinking. I work. I pay my taxes. Why does it feel like I'm bankrolling people who've figured out benefits pay better than an actual job? And do you know what? You cannot blame him. Imagine pulling 40 hours a week in the pouring rain, lugging bricks, dodging scaffolding that definitely wasn't checked properly, only to turn on the telly and hear someone bragging they make just as much by doing absolutely nothing. You'd want to throw your trowel through the screen too. So tensions were already simmering. You could feel it. You could taste it. Enter Jacqui Smith. Susanna Reid, consummate professional, lobs what can only be described as the easiest question in political broadcasting history. It's basically a gift-wrapped opportunity. Don voted for you because you promised not to raise taxes on working people. You promised to make work pay. He says you lied. What do you say to him? Simple. Clear. Straight down the line. Even I could have answered that one half asleep with a cuppa balanced on my chest. But Jacqui hears the question, nods politely, and then swerves so violently you'd think she was avoiding a pothole the size of Milton Keynes. She starts talking about, wait for it, skilled labor shortages in the construction industry. I mean, what? It's like someone asking why their coffee's cold and you respond with, well, Colombia has a fascinating export economy. Technically true, utterly useless. Don didn't ask about apprenticeships. He didn't ask about supply chains. He didn't ask why 12-year-olds aren't learning bricklaying in school. He asked why his taxes are going up when Labour swore they wouldn't. And Richard Madeley, bless him, practically leaps out of his chair. You can see the joy in his face. This is his moment. His Super Bowl. He explains, slowly, clearly, almost lovingly, that Don's frustration isn't some abstract concern, it's personal. It's emotional. He's sick of seeing people gaming the system while he grafts before dawn. Madeley even spells it out. Some people refuse jobs unless they're paid cash because official work messes with their benefits. And Don, a Labour voter, now says he'll never vote Labour again because he feels lied to. This is political dynamite. This is the moment you take responsibility, offer honesty, show humanity. But Jacqui, she gives us. I'm sorry about that. My friend. I've heard more heartfelt apologies from someone nudging past me at Tesco. She didn't even say what she was sorry for. Then, unbelievably, she circles back to talking about construction industry support. She may as well have said, Dawn, mate, I hear you're drowning, have you tried swimming sideways? And viewers at home. Oh, they went feral. Social media lit up like Edinburgh at Hogmanay. People weren't just annoyed, they were incandescent. British rage in full operatic form. One viewer wrote, and honestly, it's hard to argue, that all people want is for hard work to actually pay. Revolutionary idea, I know. Another said their two sons spent years in college, can't get apprenticeships, can't get jobs, and Labour's solution is, wait 18 months on universal credit? That's not policy, that's punishment. Another viewer says what everyone is thinking but no politician wants to hear. Jacqui didn't answer the question because she couldn't answer it without admitting Labour raised taxes after promising they wouldn't. And trust. That precious, fragile thing? It's slipping. One comment hit like a sledgehammer. Labour will never be trusted again. They lied their way into power. Harsh. Maybe. Fair. Increasingly, yes. Politically devastating? Absolutely. Because here's the deeper issue. This wasn't just one bad interview. It was a symptom. A sign of a political class that has mastered the art of the non-answer. They've trained themselves to pivot so fast they generate their own wind turbines. Ask a question, get a paragraph of waffle, a vague apology, and a reminder that their party has always supported hardworking families, which means absolutely nothing because all parties say that. And voters aren't stupid. They know when they're being patronized. They know when a minister is dodging. They know when sorry about that really means please stop noticing we messed up. What makes this worse is Don himself, because he represents millions. People who work hard, pay tax, play by the rules, and feel like mugs for doing so. People whose kids can't get apprenticeships. People who see benefits abused while wages stagnate. People Labour promised to fight for. And yet here we are. A minister on national television dodging the one question those people desperately wanted answered. It's tragic, really, because this could have been Labour's moment to rebuild trust. To say, yes, we raise taxes, here's why, and here's how we'll ensure work pays more than benefits. That would have gone further than any slogan. Instead, we got the usual dance. The old choreography. The elegant sidestep of accountability. And the public noticed. Oh, did they notice? Now Labour is staring down a trust deficit of their own making. And trust, my friend, is harder to rebuild than a 14th century cathedral. You lose it once, and you'll spend years trying to convince people you won't lose it again. So yes, this wasn't just a bad GMB appearance. It was a warning. A big flashing neon sign above Labour HQ saying, working people are watching, and they're not happy. If you've made it this far, you're a legend. Tell me in the comments, was Jacqui Smith's response the worst you've seen? Or was she thrown a question no minister could survive? Should Labour crack down harder on benefit abuse? And what would you say to Don if you were in that studio chair? And hey, don't forget to subscribe. With the way British politics is collapsing into chaos daily, you're going to want to stick around. Until next time, this has been UK Political Insight, where the only thing more entertaining than watching politicians dodge questions is watching them try to answer them. Did you know that over 95% of our viewers aren't subscribed to the channel? We totally get it. Life gets busy, and sometimes it's easy to forget. But here's the thing, subscribing is completely free, and it really helps us keep creating the content you enjoy. So, why not hit that subscribe button and join our community? It only takes a second, but it makes a world of difference to us. Thank you for your support.